Female rapper Dank Demoss has filed a lawsuit against Lyft, the ride-sharing company, after a driver refused her order, claiming she was too big to fit in his car. The performer, here is a bit of her routine, is based in Michigan, where weight is apparently a protected class, meaning she might actually have a case on her hands here, despite the fact that this woman is almost 500 pounds and ordered a sedan. Her team appears to have released this promo video for the lawsuit. It's a weird video. There's no sound. I didn't take the sound out. There's no real context aside from this screenshot from Lyft they've included where the company apparently initially reached out to Demoss about the incident, asking her to get in contact with their customer support. The lawyers appear to be posing with her like one might if she was actually a famous rapper, which I'm quite sure she's not. The whole thing is very cringe. I personally think it is so high-key crazy and un-American that we live in a legal system where customers can sue businesses over stuff like this and actually have a shot at succeeding, and we need to dig into it. Hey guys, I'm Hannah Cox. Welcome to my channel where I bring you my politically homeless takes on politics and culture. If you're politically homeless too, I would love for you to join me here by subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell while you're at it. So I managed to find the video from the actual dispute between the Lyft driver and Demoss. You've got to watch this.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What? For what? What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space in my car is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What I'm gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel you. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in a Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back. Believe
My
me.
best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another Lyft?
Yeah. And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah, and you have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back. Believe me.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Because I've tried before.
Huh?
Because I've been in this situation.
So every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL it's called.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
Then I'm really sorry.
What's your name?
Abraham Carter.
Okay. Nope.
Look, we've all been there. We've all tried to order the regular size Lyft or Uber when we had oversized luggage or one too many people and just hope for the best, hope that you get that like odd SUV that just shows up anyways. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But I have had to cancel orders and reorder them for this kind of reason in the past. So when you have a situation where the passenger is the size that she is, I think it's actually very justifiable for a driver to say, like, this is not going to work for my car. Now, I do think the driver could have handled things a little bit more professionally. He could have had a bit more grace. That remark about his tires was completely unnecessary. Like, he was out of pocket for that. And I think there is a fine line between gently confronting people like this with reality and bullying them. Unfortunately, a lot of people have not towed that line as the story has gone viral. The bulk of the reactions to it actually look like this. This person said, just bring the car in the courtroom. If she can't fit, you must acquit. Another person shared a video of an elephant sitting on a car. It says video of Dank Demoss trying to get picked up by Lyft. That kind of stuff is uncalled for. I get that this woman is being absurdly obnoxious and ridiculous in filing this lawsuit, which I want to talk about. So naturally, that incurs people's ire. But this kind of mocking of people for being overweight does make me uncomfy. That being said, I do not think it's bullying in the least to confront people like her with reality, which is what this driver is doing. He's saying, you won't fit in my car. I've had this experience before. You need to call for a larger car service. And she is so aghast at that, which I think is odd because I find it highly unlikely this is the first time this woman has encountered a public service that is not going to work for her due to her size. Reality checks are sometimes needed for people, and she definitely seems to be one of them. So many people have correctly pointed out that the entire era of body positivity and fat positivity was a huge problem because it not only allowed people like her to live in denial, it actually cheered them on their pathway to destruction. This person is insanely overweight. She is close to 500 pounds. She will die from this. It's really not a laughing matter. So anybody that's trying to, yes, queen, and tell her otherwise is actively dismissing the threat she poses to her own life. It is also reality that when you become this size, your life is going to be quite hard, not only in matters of health, but also when it comes to getting around, because you are choosing, and I do say choosing because nobody becomes 500 pounds without making a lot of poor choices along the way that they are continuing to make. You are choosing to exclude yourself from a lot of services and experiences because society is not built to accommodate a 500-pound person, nor should it be. And that's the real problem on display here. She wants society to have to bend over backwards for her and for other individuals to bear the brunt of the cost of her choices.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
Personally, I find this infuriating and unethical. I'm curious what you guys think. Be sure to weigh in the comments and hit that subscribe button while you're there, but I want to know your thoughts. But I think the fact that she is suing a company over a driver simply explaining logistically to her what is within the realm of possibility for her to get around is completely absurd. And what makes the fact that she's suing Lyft, the company, even more ridiculous is when you remember that Lyft's drivers are independent contractors. So they are not actually employees of Lyft. It just makes her seem very opportunistic. I think she's after money, and I think she's probably after attention on her fledgling rapper career more than anything. Now, obviously, the driver probably did violate Lyft's policies in doing this and refusing the drive, because I'm sure since it is the law in Michigan that you cannot discriminate against people for their weight, that it would be a requirement of Lyft that the drivers would have to follow the laws of that state. And so I could understand them taking disciplinary action against him, maybe letting him go, maybe even if she tried to file a lawsuit against him as an individual, at least that would make more sense. Going after Lyft, the company, though, is clearly just about trying to get a payday. And I don't mean the candy bar. So all in all, what this actually traces back to is that Michigan has really bad laws on the books that are allowing small business owners and people who are just trying to work in the state to be bullied like this. When they came in and they made weight a protected class, they essentially said that a business cannot discriminate against individuals based on their weight in areas such as employment or housing or public accommodations. Now, I think that it is absolutely disgusting and wrong to discriminate against people on things like weight. Like if I said, I don't want to sell you something because you're fat, or I don't want you in my business because you're overweight, and I think that it's not a good look for my business and will turn off people from thinking this is like a healthy establishment, those things would be pretty corrupt and wrong. But when you get into the public accommodation sphere, this is a completely unrealistic demand by companies, because what you're basically saying is that all businesses, all places of employment have to build accommodations for people like this woman at their own cost, even though the vast majority of their customers will not be this weight, even though they might never have to actually accommodate somebody of this weight, they're going to have to spend more money in order to ensure that they can comply with this law on the off chance this woman walks in. Ride-sharing apps offer a range of car types, so she could easily have selected a larger one on top of everything, but she didn't because it's more expensive. So I would argue that Lyft is offering a public accommodation for people who are overweight. she didn't opt into it. Should every driver who drives for one of these companies have to have a gas guzzling SUV in order to accommodate the handful of people who weigh 500 pounds on the off chance they encounter them one day? I don't think so. If that's the way it is, then that's going to severely limit the pool of drivers that are willing to go do this job, and that will make the price go up significantly for everyone else. You are free to be overweight. You are free to send yourself to an early grave because you cannot control your relationship with food. But what you are not free to do is to demand that the rest of us pick up the cost for those choices. All right, guys, I hope you liked this episode. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want even more content, you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram.